ਧੰਨ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀਓ। ਸੁਣਿਐ ਈਸਰ ਬਰਮ ਸੁਣਿਐ ਮੁਖ ਸਲਾਹਣ ਮੰਦ। ਸੁਣਿਐ ਜੋਗ ਜੁਗਤ ਤਨ ਭੇਦ। ਸੁਣਿਐ ਸ਼ਾਸਤ ਸਿਮਰਤ ਵੇਦ। ਨਾਨਕ ਭਗਤਾਂ ਸਦਾ ਵਿਗਾਸ। ਸੁਣਿਐ ਦੁਖ ਪਾਪ ਕਾ ਨਾਸ਼। ਨਾਨਕ ਭਗਤਾਂ ਸਦਾ ਵਿਗਾਸ। ਸੁਣਿਐ ਦੁਖ ਪਾਪ ਕਾ ਨਾਸ਼। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, today we will discuss Pauri number 9. Last week we discussed Pauri number 8. As I explained, the ending lines are the same in this Pauri. As we discussed in the previous Pauri, the ending lines revolve around subjects such as Bhagat, bliss, listening, understanding, pains and sins. Today we will try to discuss the subject of listening, understanding and pains. In the last Pauri, we have discussed the concept of listening, but I will add a few more points on the concept to make a better understanding of Sunaya. Japji Sahib is the first chapter of Shri Guru Granth Sahib. We read it every day. We have listened to this Bani for years. Unfortunately, we haven't made any effort to understand it. When we understand it, that means we have listened to this Bani. Otherwise, we haven't listened to it yet. We will have to abandon all our beliefs and ethics. We will delve into it now. As we learned in the previous Pauri, by listening, even death can't touch you. When you learn the act of listening, then there is no fear of death, because the listener gets an authentic understanding. If you are thinking and listening simultaneously, you will not be able to truly listen and understand. But when you listen without thinking, just simply listen, then you will become a witness. I will speak here and your brain will listen there. And there will be a third presence within you that observe the listening process. It is on that day that a new element will emerge within you. This will initiate a new process that will result in a new level of clarity. It will be the evidence of your growth and progress. As I am speaking and you are listening, you don't need to speak or think. You can be quiet. Because of your stubborn habit, you are talking to yourself internally. When we teach our children to speak, they learn and start speaking. After that, we teach them to be quiet. However, the children don't become quiet, they always speak. They used to be quiet before we all made efforts to teach them how to speak. And now, we all are making efforts to teach them how to be quiet, which seems very difficult. Speaking is beneficial for worldly life. When you talk to another person, it can be beneficial. However, when you are sitting quietly, speaking becomes madness. If you are trying to overcome your inner demons, negativity, and help yourself and others by speaking, it can be beneficial. Speaking is the first process that connects us with others, and it is often associated with materialism. The second process is remaining quiet, which connects us to ourselves. If you stay silent, it becomes difficult to connect with others. On the other hand, if you speak, it becomes difficult to connect with yourself. Speaking is a bridge through which we interact with others, while remaining quiet is a bridge to reaching ourselves. By connecting to oneself, we can listen and understand everything. As I mentioned earlier, a new element will arise within you when you will obtain inner silence. This will be your new form, connected to yourself and connected to God who resides within us. In that stage, we can attain peace, which is bliss and eternal happiness. As Guru Nanak Maharaj Ji states in the last line of the Pauri, Nanak Bhagata Sada Vigas, O Nanak, the devotees are forever in bliss. Sune, Dukh Pap Ka Nash, listening, pain and sins are erased. What are the Dukh? What is the reason for Dukh? How can Dukh be sent far away? How can we achieve liberation from Dukh? No one wants to get Dukh in their lives, but still these Dukh come into our lives without invitation. Although man's almost all efforts are to find Sukh, none to get Dukh, yet the whole world is in the grip of Dukh, suffering. As Bhagat Farid Ji mentioned in his Bani Farida, मैं जानिया दुख मुझको दुख सबाए जग ਉੱਚੇ ਚੜ ਕੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਤਾਂ ਘਰ ਘਰ ਇਹ ਅੱਗ ਫਰੀਦ. I thought I was only one in dukh. In fact, the whole world is in dukh. When I looked around from a vantage point, I saw this fire of dukh in every home. In this verse, Bhagat Farid Ji expresses that he initially believed that he was the only one experiencing dukh. But upon gaining a higher perspective and looking around, he realized that the entire world is engulfed in dukh. If almost all human efforts are geared towards finding sukh, then the question arises, where does the dukh come from? There are many types of dukh in our lives, as dukh of death, dukh of separation, dukh of hunger, dukh of evils, vikaran da dukh. We will discuss materialistic dukh and internal dukh, which are related to our mind. Bani states, dukh vichoda, ik dukh bhook, the pain of separation. This is the hungry pain I feel. Let's talk about what dukh is. Dukh refers to the experience of pain or sorrow. When someone dies in our house, it is a dukh, a very painful experience. Sometimes we don't eat for few days because the death of a family member. This can be especially painful for small children who have lost their father or mother. They wait for their parents every day. They are not that wise to understand the reality. The mother suffers whose son has died at a young age. They were planning to wedding of a son, but the son has died. It is a dukh. Even after decades, mother whose sons have died at a young age still feel dukh. Another type of dukh is that of separation. When a family member goes far away, it is also a dukh. For example, when we are living abroad, our families are back home, it is a source of dukh for them. They were not willing to send us abroad, but due to economic conditions, they sent us abroad. But they are always in dukh. The feeling of dukh is commonly experienced when someone goes to university or abroad. It is natural to feel a sense of sadness or separation anxiety when a loved one leaves for an extended period. This is because you might miss their presence, and uncertainty of when you will see them again can be challenging. However, we can communicate with them regularly and find ways to stay connected, which can help alleviate these feelings over time, but still it is a dukh. Sach nalo tutna means to break from the truth. Yes, the separation from the truth or living in a state of denial can also be painful. When someone is not willing to accept or acknowledge the truth about a situation or themselves, it can lead to inner conflict, confusion, and even emotional distress. Facing the truth when it is difficult is often an important step in personal growth and resolving issues. Guru Nanak Maharaj stated in Rahras Pani, and we read this Shabad every day, Aakhan Jeevan Visare Mar Jaun. Chanting it, I live. Forgetting it, I die. Aakhan Aukha Sacha. Now it is so difficult to chant the true name. This means that when truth is in my life, when I am connected to the truth, I am alive. When disconnected from truth, it means the death of me. Therefore, Guruji said that it is always difficult to stay connected with truth. Additionally, Guruji mentioned in the Bani that those who don't have truth in their lives are like a cremation ground, always moving. We have discussed this before. When we forget about truth, we suffer. Bani states, Dukh tade jaan visar jave. They forget the Lord and they suffer in pain. Bhukh vyapੈ boho bid tave. Afflicted with hunger, they run around in all directions. What is the way to obtain sukh then? Simrat naam sada suhela. Jis devai deen dayala jiyo. Meditating in remembrance on the Naam, they are happy forever. The Lord, merciful to the meek, bestows it upon them. Let's talk about the pain of hunger, the dukh of hunger. The hunger for food is psychologically sensation and a natural drive in humans and animals. It is the body's way of signaling that it needs nourishment and sustenance to function properly. When you are hungry, your stomach may growl. You might experience feelings of emptiness or weakness. After having nourishment and sustenance, when your stomach is full but your consciousness is not contented, you may eat more food or look for more food. This is bhukha or hunger. Like a dog that is fulfilled with 2-3 breads but still walks the streets to find more and eat it. The dog is not contented and greedy all the time. Therefore, Guruji has used the example of a dog in the Bani to teach us. If our hunger is not appeased, it means we are living a life of a dog while still alive, and it is our reincarnation. The other type of hunger is for our minds, which means our greed has no limits. As we have discussed in the first body of Japji Sahib, Bhukhiyan Bhukh na utari, Je banna puriyan bha. The hunger of the hungry is not appeased even by piling up loads of worldly goods. Greed for honor or seeking personal recognition at religious places can be a complex issue. It can affect many people. We have seen instances in Gurdwaras where people argue and fight it if their name is not announced on the loudspeaker for their volunteer service. Or if someone has made a large donation to the Gurdwara, they may argue with the priest, with the Gyani and committees as to why their name was not announced at the top. Is it true, Pyare, or not? Yes, it is true. We have witnessed many dramas in the Gurdwaras because of these issues. Sometimes if committee members don't receive recognition in the Gurdwara, they leave and build a new Gurdwara after collecting donations. This is done to fulfill their greed for honor. We have the same problem in families. If an elder member doesn't receive honor, they become angry. For example, if a father goes to his daughter-in-law's house and doesn't receive respect, he gets angry and sometimes ends the relationship because of his honor. Is this true or not? Yes, it happens to everyone. We are all a part of society. The next type of pain is Jamdoot, army of death, messenger of death. Ik dukh sakatwar Jamdoot. Sakatwar angel, which appears in some religious narratives. Sakatwar Jamdoot means divine messenger of justice, which is mentioned in certain religious texts. These messengers are often referred to in the sermons using the terms Kawad and Satik. However, if we talk about the Sikhism, the concept of Jamdoot being evil or representing vices has been discussed before. All humans and other beings are affected by vices. It is because of these vices that they bring destruction upon themselves. But in Sikhi, our evils, Vikar, are Jamdoot. We have previously discussed it. All humans and other species are entangled in evils. Because of their evils, they destroy their lives. As we read in the Bani, Homai rog manukh ko dina, mankind is afflicted with the disease of egotism. Kaam rog mangal bas lina, the disease of sexual desire overwhelms the elephant. Drisht rog pach muhe patanga, because of the disease of vision, the moth is burned to death. Naad rog khap gaye kuranga, because of the disease of the sound of the bell, the deer is lured to its death. Jo jo disai, so rogi, whoever I see is diseased. Rog rahat mera Satguru Jogi, only my true Guru, the true Yogi, is free of disease. Jehva rog meen graseano, because of the disease of taste, the fish is caught. Basan rog pavar binsana, because of the disease of smell, the bumblebee is destroyed. All species, including elephants, moths, deer, fish, and bumblebees, are entangled in one evil. They destroy their lives because of one evil, as we have just discussed. However, humans are entangled in 5 evils. Their lives are completely destroyed even while they are still alive. Every moment of their life is difficult, unlike moths and fish who can't continue their lives as long as they are entangled in evils. But for humans, it is different. They have to suffer every moment in their lives. Guruji guiding us, but we don't want to follow the Guru's command. We are in love with ignorance. The lamp of our clear wisdom has grown very dim. Bhagat Ravidas ji has stated in his Bani, Mrig, Meen, Pring, Patang, Kunchar, Ek Dokh Binas, the deer, the fish, the bumblebee, the moth, and the elephant are destroyed, each for a single defect. Panch Dokh Asad Jame Taki Ketak As. So the one who is filled with the 5 incurable vices, what hope is there for him? Guruji teaching us every day and states, Jio tapat hai baro bar, my soul burns over and over again. Tap khape, bahut bekar, burning and burning, it is ruined and it falls into evil. Jai tan bani visar jaye, That body which forgets the word of Guru's Bani, Jyun Pakka Rogi will lie, cries out in pain like a chronic patient. The Gurbani explains that the reason for this is that we continuously sow the seed of dukkha by refusing to do the work that will lead us to genuine sukh or happiness. As Guruji says in the Bani, Bija Bikh Manga Amrit Vikhoe Neao. He sows seed of a poison and demands ambrosial nectar. Behold, what justice is this? We will have to change the seed to obtain sukh. If we make effort to obtain sukh, we will then obtain it. Let's say your destination is the USA and you are taking a flight to the USA. You will arrive in the USA. If you have selected your destination as India and take a flight to India, you will arrive there. It is the same in our lives. If we are sowing the seed of poison, the result will be poison. Let me simply explain. If you are consuming drugs, the result will be damaged organs gradually. If you are committing sins, the result will be pains. If you are committing crimes, the result will be a prison sentence. Then you will say that it was written in my destiny. It is very easy to blame God. If you blame anyone, the accused person starts getting angry immediately, which may lead it to a fight. As it's been preached by many, God resides in the sky, which means very far and easy to blame Him for our own actions. However, Sikhi believes that God dwells within us and is not distant from us even for a moment. He always protects those who follow the path of truthfulness and embody His qualities in their life. As we read in Asa ki war, har jug jug bhagat upaya, पैज रखदा आया Ram Raje. In each and every age, He creates His devotees and preserves their honor, O Lord King. Haranaksha, Dusht har Marya, Prahlad Taraya. The Lord killed the wicked Harnaksh and saved Prahlad. Ahankariyan Nindaka, Pith de Naam Devu Mukh Laya. He turns His back on the egotists and slanderers and showed His face to Naam Dev. I would like to mention that it is a mythical story of Bhagat Prahlad and his father Harnaksh. It was very famous in Guru's time. Guruji notes stamping and stating that it is a true story. Guru has only used it as an example. In the last line, Jan Nanak Aisa har sevya ant lay shadaya. Servant Nanak has so served the Lord that He will deliver him in the end. Guru Arjan Pasha states in his Bani, Pahe Kripal Gosaiya Nathe Sog Santap. When the Lord of the universe became merciful, sorrow and suffering departed. Tatti Vav na lagi Satgur Rakhe Aap. The hot winds don't come even touch those who are protected by the true Guru. Another Shabad by Guru Arjan Pasha ji, Tati Vav na lagai Par Brahm Sharanai. The hot wind doesn't even touch one who is under the protection of the Supreme Lord God. Chaugird hamare Ram Kar Dukh lagay na bhai. On all four sides I am surrounded by Lord's circle of protection. Pain doesn't afflict me, O sibling of destiny. We have different understanding of dukh, which is a wrong understanding. As we have discussed, according to the Gurbani, what are the pains? If you still connect dukh only with materialism, then Rabbi Rakha Toda. We discussed Shabad written by Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. He himself was tortured by the Mughals and made to sit on a hot iron plate. But Guruji said, Paye Kripal Gosaiya Nathe Sog Santap. When the Lord of the universe became merciful, sorrow and suffering departed. Was the Lord not merciful to Guru Arjan Pasha? The level of understanding about pain was different for our Guru. According to the Guru, separation from truth is painful. The truthfulness was cultivated in Guruji, which didn't let Guruji shake. Guruji was adamant whether his body was burnt on a hot iron plate, boiled in the hot water, hot sand poured on him. But still, Guruji was in high spirit and grateful to God. It was all the power of truth, power of God. As we say, truth is God. Guruji was connected with truth and he was in bliss forever. As we are discussing today's Pauri, Nanak Bhagta Sada Vigas. O Nanak, the devotees are forever in bliss. Sune Dukh Paap Ka Nash. Listening, pain and sins are erased. After understanding, a person listens completely and implements, then pain and sins are erased. As the wife said to her husband, please bring a 5-pack of sugar and 1 pack of salt. The husband listened to his wife but brought a 5-pack of salt and 1 pack of sugar. Why? Because the husband listened to his wife but didn't understand her request correctly. In reality, understanding is listening. Let's delve in the first line of the Pauri. Guruji states, Sunaya ईसर Brahma Indra. Listening, Shiva, Brahma and Indra. When understood after listening, I got the reality of these 3 deities. The God is only one and doesn't need to make 2, 3 or more branches to produce, preserve and destroy. He can operate the entire universe by himself as it's been created by him. Then following verses come to mind. Karan Karan Samrath hai, Kaho Nanak Vichaar. The Lord is all powerful, cause of causes, says Nanak after deep deliberations. Karan karte vas hai, jin kal rakhi ta. The creation is subject to the Creator who sustains it by his almighty power. When it is understood, then there is no need to fast on Monday to please Shiva, no need to visit Brahma's temple, and no need to worship Vishnu as a preserver. Some people say that Sikhs also go to mandirs. It is part of their faith. No, it is not part of Sikhi. My dear friends, they are not Sikhs. They have only been labeled as Sikhs because of their religious attire. If someone is consuming drugs while wearing religious attire, you would not say that the Sikh is having drugs. Those who don't follow the commandments of the Guru are not Sikhs. With a beautiful turban, a kirpan and a khanda on his turban, bowing down in front of Saint Babas. People say Sikhs also have faith in saints. No, Sikhs don't engage in these rituals and deceptive practices. Whoever does is not a Sikh. A Sikh has faith in only one God. A Sikh only has faith in his Guru, who is Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, Parvati and Lakshmi Mai. Gur Ishar, Gur Gorakh Brahma, Gur Parvati Mai. Guruji said, if I understand, Je haun jana, akha nahi, कहना कथन na jai. If I know the reality, I will not say that Ishar, Gorakh, Brahma are gurus, because I have understood that God can't be created or established. The next line is Sunay Mukh Salahan Mand. Listening, even foul mouths people praise him. Which foul mouth? Who does not clean teeth? No. Whether you clean teeth 4 times a day. If you utter falsehood and lie, you become a false witness to obtain money and destroy others' lives, then you have a foul mouth. The person who doesn't brush his teeth is better than you. At least he is not destroying others' lives by uttering false accusations. If you think only outwardly cleaning is accepted by Guru, you are wrong. Then laborers are mostly dirty day and night. If they have a shower, they are clean for a short span of time because they must work again in dirt. If you give preference only to outward cleaning, then the saints are superior because they wear clean clothes and clean their bodies every day. Mostly they are in clean clothes, but it is not like that, as we have discussed previously. But they can't be compared with a hard-working person. They can't be compared with a laborer who works hard and has pure earnings without any corruption. Vikara wala muh ganda. The Guru Maharaj is saying, the foul mouth which utters falsehood, that is a bad mouth. Next line, Guru Maharaj is saying, Sunay jog jugat tan ped. After understanding the facts through listening, a person knows the reality of yogis, their technology of yoga and the secrets of the body. The person also learns about the 9 treasure and the 18 spiritual power of the Siddhas. After understanding, one becomes aware that yogis claim to have these powers, but these powers reside in the hearts of devotees. After keeping Lord enshrined in their hearts. Therefore, there is no need to follow the path of yogis and their practices. Bani instructs us, Navnidhi 18 siddhiyan piche lagiyan firen jo har hirday vasaye. However, our people still run after them, as these yogis are easily seen on the street of Punjab. They bless you with their sticks and sometimes give you something to keep in order to fulfill your desire and wishes. They are very clever in how they deal with people. If they are dealing with a Sikh, they would say, Guru Nanak, oh Vaheguru, bless you. While dealing with others, they would say, Allah Ram will bless you. After giving blessing and giving you ash or something else, they ask for donation. We fall into their clever tricks and give them huge donations. If we use our minds to think, we would ask why they claim to fulfill others' desire and wishes with their magic stick, but can't fulfill their own. Why are they begging on the streets if they can fulfill everyone's desires and wishes? There are many more like them who deceive us with their clever tricks. Many of these practices involve deceiving innocent people to extract money from them. Some would give ash and touch it to their foreheads, while others claim to be able to see the future by looking at the stars. Some even went as far as importing oranges from heaven to further deceive people. When ordinary people witnessed these frauds and saw that the deceivers had big bellies and fancy cars, they wondered why they couldn't do the same. They started their own scams for the comfort of their own homes, such as the stealing money from others' bank accounts. However, Pyareo, these fraudsters may have big cars and big bellies that are about to burst, but their minds are like pressure cookers due to their evil deeds. That's why they must take 10 tablets a day just to stay alive. The person learned the secret of the body. They came to know that to control their body, they must control their mind by Guru's Shabad, by Guru's teachings. The Guru tells the weakness, and the devotee overcomes that weakness and becomes truthful. If someone knows the reason for the problems in their business, they can improve the business and prevent further losses. If they discover that their staff are corrupt, misconducting and breaching policies, there is a still possibility to save the business. However, if the business owner can't identify the shortcomings or the reasons for the losses, they can't survive for a long time. The Guru teaches us about our weaknesses. The Guru tells us to control our mind so that our body will be in our control. The Guru tells to renounce our 5 passions and bring virtues into our lives. Next line is Sunay Shastra Simrat Ved. First we will talk about Shastra, Simriti and Vedas. The main 6 Shastras in Hinduism are Nyaya, Sankhya, Yoga, Visheshika, Purva Mimamsa and Uttar Mimamsa, also known as Vedanta. The 4 Vedas are as follows. Ring Ved, the oldest of the Vedas containing hymns and mantras. Yajur Ved, focus on rituals and sacrificial formulas. Sam Ved compromises chants and melodies used in rituals. Atharvan Ved contains spells, charms and incantations. The Simriti texts include Mahabharata, Ramayana, Purans, Dharamshastras, Arthashastras, Upanishads and Sutras. What is Guruji teaching us with these verses? After reciting, memorizing, singing or contemplating on scriptures, a person can't be truthful. But to be truthful is the aim of our life, and it will not be obtained by doing all of these. To clear our doubts, I am going to express the bitter truth here. If we have the same beliefs after reading Bani, after memorizing, after contemplating on Bani, we can be truthful, then we are wrong. This applies to us as well. If we don't make efforts to incorporate good qualities in ourselves, we also can't be truthful. A person understands through listening that after reading all scriptures, a mortal can't be truthful. To be truthful, these scriptures guide us. We can say that these scriptures show us the light to stay on the right path, but we need to make efforts to implement those instructions. Then we can arrive at the destination to make our lives beautiful. We have already discussed that the cultivation of truthfulness is the destination of our life journey. Guru Maharaj Ji teaches us the same in this body. I would like to add more here. As doctors have memorized everything and solicitors have memorized everything, they don't need to check their books when they deal with a patient or a client. They have spent years studying their work. We don't acknowledge their efforts, but when religious leaders memorize or explain verses, we put them in extremely high positions. Be mindful that it is their occupation and it is very easy for them to memorize and explain the scriptures. They are also the same as you. They must cultivate virtues in their lives to make their lives beautiful, just like ordinary people. Those who cultivate truthfulness and incorporate good qualities in their lives are in bliss forever, as Guru Nanak Pasha is stating in the last line of the Pauri, Nanak Bhagtan Sada Vigas. O Nanak, the devotees are forever in bliss. Sunay Dukh Paap Ka Nas. Listening, understanding, pain and sins are erased. I hope you have understood the discussion of this Pauri. Being a full-time worker, it is difficult to make a video every day, but I am still trying to express my understanding of Japji Sahib. Many of our youngsters want to hear the explanation in English and have requested me to share my understanding with everyone. Due to their enthusiasm, I have started the discussion. May Vaheguru bless us with discernment and intellectual ability to act according to the Guru's command. Then the aim of our lives will be achieved. Apology for my mistakes. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.